Imagine being in charge of a company when software upgrade accidentally cut off emergency calls. Now, imagine three people died because they couldn't reach help. Welcome to Optus in 2025, where top executives just announced they're heading for the exit.
Two senior Optus executives will leave the telco as it continues to face scrutiny over recent 000 outages.
And the timing? Let's just say it's interesting. Picture this. September rolls around, Optus does a routine network upgrade. You know, the kind that's supposed to make things better. Instead, 000 call just stopped working. Emergency services gone. And three family lost loved ones who couldn't call for help. Fast forward today. The company drops a statement, oh hey, our chief financial officer and chief information officer are leaving. But don't worry, it's totally planned. We've been talking about this for ages. Right. Totally normal timing. Here's what actually happened. Michael Venter, the money guy who literally ran the company as the interim CEO before the current boss showed up, is retiring to pursue a portfolio career. Translation? He's out. Mark Potter, the tech chip who supposedly built a strong technology foundation for 4 years, also pissing out by March. Now, the company is very careful to say there are planned leadership transition from long-term discussion. But think about the optics here. Your network fails during an upgrade, people die because they can't reach emergency services, and suddenly your top tech guy and your CFO both decide it's time to explore new opportunity. The replacements are coming from competitors, one from Aussie Broadband, one from New Zealand One NZ, fresh eyes, fresh strategies, hopefully fresh safeguards, so we don't have another September situation. But here's the real question. Nobody's asking out loud. Is this a planned succession or a quiet clearing of the deck after a catastrophic failure? Because when your network upgrade kills access to emergency services and three people die, planned retirement sounds like corporate speak for we need a different leadership state. Both exec are staying until March to ensure smooth transition, which means they'll be around for the investigation, the inquiries, and probably some very uncomfortable meeting about what went wrong in September. The truth, we might never know if these exits were truly planned or damage control. But in corporate Australia, timing tells its own story.